Welcome back to CorelDraw 9. This is lesson 2. My name is Duncan Benedict. Anyone who's new, welcome. If you haven't seen lesson 1, by all means go watch it. It's not necessary, but if there's something, it doesn't hurt to watch. So we'll jump into this. In lesson 1, I mentioned to everyone that I was going to cover this spot right up here. This is the measurement of your work area. So first step we're going to do is File, New. When you click New, this appears. It's a representation of a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. As you can see, letter size up here, the size dimensions here, your width 8.5, your height 11 inches. It shows it in portrait, and this would be a landscape button. If you click it, you'll notice your work area turns into landscape, but we're going to stick to portrait for now for lots of reasons. One, so it doesn't get confusing. The other thing I didn't mention in the first lesson is on the very top left corner here, you'll notice it says graphic 1. If you click new, it'll say graphic 2, new, graphic 3, new, graphic 4, file, new, graphic 5. What that's doing is by default, CorelDraw recognizes this work area as a graphic because that is what it is. You're doing graphic design. The numbers represent each graphical workspace that you've opened up. So what we'll do is we'll just close them out. Don't click the red button up here, the one below it. These represent your work area, and that represents the program. If you close that one, click it, it'll close your program. So click the one below it, 1, and you'll notice these numbers are changing. It's 4 now. Now it's 3. Now it's 2. Now it's 1. This is the original one we opened up. So we're back to number 1. Once you're here, what you can do is you'll see this drop down letter. Click on legal and you'll notice your size dimensions change over here, 8.5 by 14. If you click tabloid, it's 11 by 17. Your measurements change there. Now this drop down, before we get to that, I'll show you this. Ignore these two little buttons. They're your orientation. We don't want to touch those. Just go to your units of measurement. If you click millimeters, which is your metric, you'll notice the rulers change to metric, the top and the left, as well as your units of measurement beside the tabloid changed to millimeters. Go back, change it to inches, and we're back to inches. Click it, go to picas and points. If you're in the advertising field, like work for an advertising agency, or that's where you want to work, this is a unit of measure that most advertising agencies use, newspapers, magazines. Picas are used for the scaling of your columns, rows, ads that go on your page. Points is the scaling measurement for fonts and letters. So that's what that's for, but we're going to focus on inches for a couple of reasons. One, we're in the United States, we use inches. If you're in England, you can use the other if you'd like. But let's just focus on inches even if you're in England, just so for the purpose of argument and for this tutorial. Click on the letter. Now we're back to our default. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some changes here for silkscreen printing, because National Sportswear is a silkscreen printing company. We do embroidery and printing, and we found that over the years we have found certain standard sizes yield the best quality of print, and so on. So we're going to work in that format, and we'll just pretend all our viewers work for National Sportswear. You're all employees now. Congratulations. Just don't ask for a check. It won't come in the mail. So here we are. Highlight this top measurement. It's 8.5. Change it to 12 on your keyboard and then hit enter. And then go to the bottom one. This is the height, and highlight it to blue. Change it on your keyboard to 12. Hit enter. This is the workspace we're going to work in. So now we have a custom. If you notice, it's not letter anymore, it's custom. And we have what we have is a 12 by 12 area, and we're working in units of inches. So all that information is at your fingertips on the top of your screen. The next step we're going to do, just to finish this tutorial off, is the save, because I really didn't show anyone in the last tutorial because there was nothing to save, but now we do have something to save, and that is this work environment. So you can go to File, and you'll have two choices. You'll notice certain things are grayed out because there's nothing. For instance, export. You can't export anything because you have no objects on your screen. You have the choice of save as, under File here, save and save as, And you also have this little icon that's a save, or you can hit the Control S button on your keyboard if you find that to be the easier method of working. In this case, we'll just go File, Save, and I had one lesson to save before, so save it in a folder where you can find it. Call it lesson2.cdr is the file format for CorelDraw. Hit save, and voila, we're done. If you notice, this little icon is grayed out now because we have done nothing since the save. And that is the end of tutorial 2. Tutorial 3 or lesson 3, I will be showing you a technique that only a handful of people use, but you will save yourself a ton of aggravation when you're doing graphic design, and I highly recommend it. It's a technique I've used for years, and like I said, only a handful of people use it. So you're going to learn one of my secrets in the next lesson. I'll see you then, and hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.